last video, we have discussed about the 4 rules which are used for the image formation by spherical mirrors. And I have also discussed about converging and diverging mirror. We know that concave mirror is a converging mirror and convex mirror is a diverging mirror. Today we will discuss about the image formation by spherical mirrors by using any two of the 4 rules. So let us first start with a concave mirror. So this is a concave mirror. This is a concave mirror. This is pole of the mirror. This is diameter mn, aperture. This is principal focus. This is center of curvature, and this is the principal axis of this concave mirror. We are having 6 cases for concave mirrors. So let us discuss the first case. First case is same that we have already done to show how a concave mirror is a converging mirror. I am just again showing it. Our source is at infinity. Here the source is at infinity. So a parallel beam of light is coming from the source which is at infinity, which is the sun. Here we are considering the sun as the source. So a parallel beam of light like this, they are striking our concave mirror. This is the incident ray, arrow should be here. Same way, again a parallel beam of light and arrow should be here. Again a parallel beam of light strikes the mirror, arrow should be here. We can consider this also, principal axis. If it is a parallel beam of light, then we can put arrow here also. So again this is a parallel beam of light. So all these are incident rays. When they strike the mirror, they get reflected, and after reflection, according to the first rule, when a parallel beam of light strikes the mirror, then the reflected ray will pass through the focus. So this incident ray will pass through the focus like this. Arrow should be here. This incident ray will again pass through the focus like this, and arrow should be here. This incident ray will again pass through the focus like this, and we will put arrow here. And this incident parallel ray, it will again pass through the focus, and we can put arrow like this. So this is the first case when our source is at infinity. All the parallel beam of light, after reflection, they are passing through the principal focus, and our image is point-sized, highly diminished, real and inverted. This example is also shown to show how a concave mirror is a converging mirror. This is our first case. Second case, our object is beyond C. This is our principal focus, and here this is our pole. This is our principal focus. This is center of curvature, and our object is beyond C. This is our object. So we are having 4 rules, and out of those 4 rules we can use any 2 at a time. So first case, let us take a parallel beam of light is incident on the mirror. If a parallel beam of light is incident on the mirror, then it will pass through the principal focus. In this, arrow should be here, and in this, arrow should be here. This is the incident ray, and this is our reflected ray. Another case we can use is just opposite of this. When an incident ray passes through the focus, then it will go parallel to the principal axis. So when an incident ray passes through the focus, principal focus, this is the incident ray, put arrow like this, then it will go parallel to the principal axis. First rule we have used is when an incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the reflected ray will pass through the focus. Second case we have used is when an incident ray passes through the focus, then the reflected ray will go parallel to the principal axis. So these two rays, this is the reflected ray and this is the reflected ray. These two rays are meeting here. These two rays are meeting here, and this is our image formation when the object is beyond C. And here we can represent it like A dash and B dash. This is A dash and B dash. This is our image formation, and this image is real, inverted, and it is smaller in size, it is diminished. This is our object A, B, and image is smaller than the object A dash, B dash. It is real, inverted, and it is smaller in size than the object. So this is our second case. So in the third case, when the object is at C, here again this is a concave mirror, this is the pole, this is our principal axis, this is principal focus, center of curvature, and here the object is at center of curvature, that is AB. Object is AB. And out of the 4 rules, we can use any 2 rule here also for drawing the ray diagram for image formation. So let us use the first rule, in which a parallel beam of light is incident. When a ray of light is incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. This is the refracted ray and it will pass through the principal focus. This is our incident ray, arrow should be here. In the refracted ray, arrow should be here. So this is the first case. Another case we can use is when an incident ray passes through the principal focus, then the refracted ray will be parallel to the principal axis. When the incident ray passes through the principal focus, then the refracted ray will be parallel to the principal axis. So arrow should be here. This is the incident ray which passes through the principal focus. Then this is our refracted ray, which after reflection it will be parallel to the principal axis. And our image formation will be here. Children, we have not taken here accurate measurements. If we use proper measurements, then our image formation will be accurate. So it will be at center of curvature only. This is our image formation, but here it is a little different place, but it should be at center of curvature. This is A dash and B dash. If we use correct measurements, it will be at proper center of curvature. But the image is A dash and B dash. So when our object is at center of curvature, image formation will also be at center of curvature only, and image will be real, inverted, and it will be of same size. It will be of same size as that of the object. It is real because it is on the same side of the mirror, and it is inverted, A dash, B dash, and its size is also same. So this is all about the third case. The fourth case, when the object is between C and F. When the object is between center of curvature and principal focus. So again here we are having a concave mirror. This is the pole of the mirror. This is principal axis. This is principal focus, and this is center of curvature. Our object is this A, B, which is between C and F. Again here, out of the 4 rules, we can use any 2 rules. So let us start with the first rule. When the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. This is the first case. Another case we can use is when the incident ray passes through the center of curvature. When the incident ray passes through the center of curvature like this. Okay, we can use this, or we can use when the incident ray passes through the principal focus, then the refracted ray will go parallel to the principal axis. We can use any way. So let us use this case. When the incident ray passes through the principal focus, arrow should be here. This is the incident ray. Then the refracted ray will go parallel to the principal axis. We can use center of curvature, third rule, when the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, or we can use this rule. So we have used two rules. First is when the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, it will pass through the principal focus. Second is when the incident ray passes through the principal focus, then the refracted ray will go parallel to the principal axis. And these two refracted rays are meeting here. This point is the image formation. At this point, we will have the image formation like this. So this is the image formation A dash and B dash. This is the image formation A dash and B dash. So the property of the image is it is enlarged. This is smaller, object is smaller than the image. So image is enlarged. It is real, inverted, enlarged. Why it is real? Because it is on the same side of the plane. It is inverted. Our object is erect, but image is inverted. So image is real, inverted and enlarged. Okay. So when the object is between C and F, image formation is beyond C. Our image formation is beyond C. It is real, inverted and enlarged. This is about the fourth case. In the fifth case, when the object is at principal focus. So again we are having a concave mirror. This is pole of the mirror. This is focus. This is center of curvature. And our object is at principal focus. Our object AB is at principal focus. So out of the four rules, here we can use any two rules at a time. Again, when an incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. When the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then the refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. This is the refracted ray and it will pass through the principal focus. This is the first case. Another case we can use is when the incident ray passes through the center of curvature. When the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, then it will be reflected back in the same direction. When the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, then it will be reflected back in the same direction. So we have used two cases. First is when the incident ray is parallel to the principal axis, then it will pass through the principal focus. Second is when the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, then it will be reflected back in the same direction. But here the image formation, where will be the image formation? Here both the reflected rays are not meeting anywhere here. When we extend this, they will not meet anywhere. But when we extend here also, they are going parallel. In this, at the back side also, they are going parallel. They are not meeting at the back side also. So here the image formation will be at infinity. When the object is at principal focus, then the image formation will be at infinity because the reflected rays are going parallel. So image formation will be at infinity, and the property of the image will be it is highly enlarged and real and inverted. It will be formed on this side of the mirror. This is the concave mirror. Image will be formed on this side of the mirror. So it will be real, inverted and highly enlarged. So this is about the fifth case. So in the sixth case, this is the last case of concave mirror. This is the sixth case when the object is between pole of the mirror and principal focus. When the object is between pole of the mirror and principal focus. So this is our pole, this is principal focus and this is center of curvature. Our object AB is here between pole and principal focus. So out of the 4 cases, we can use any 2 cases at a time. So let us start. When a parallel beam of light is incident on the mirror, then it will pass through the principal focus. Then the refracted ray will pass through the principal focus. Another case is, this is the parallel beam of light. When it is incident on the concave mirror, then the reflected ray will pass through the principal focus. Another case we can use is when the incident ray falls obliquely on the pole, then the reflected ray will go obliquely, or we can use this center of curvature. When the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, we can use this also. So, if we are using this, when the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, like this, then it will be reflected in the same direction. When the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, then it will be reflected in the same direction. So these are the our 2 reflected rays. This is the first reflected ray and this is the second reflected ray. These 2 are not meeting anywhere. If we extend these 2 lines, they will go apart, but they will not meet here on this side, on the front side of the mirror. So if we extend these 2 lines on this side, let us extend these 2 lines on this side. This is the back side of the mirror, so we have to use dotted lines. We cannot use dark lines here. If we extend these 2 lines, these 2 reflected rays, then they are meeting here. So image formed will be here, A dash and B dash. So here the image formed is at the back side of the mirror. In rest of the cases, the image formed was in the front side of the mirror. The image were real and inverted, but in this case the image is erect and virtual. As this image is formed at the back side of the mirror, this image is virtual and erect. We can say this is erect. Our object is erect and image is also erect. So this is the erect image, but this is virtual as it is formed at the back side of the mirror. So when the object is between pole and principal focus, our image form will be at the back side of the mirror, which is virtual, erect and enlarged. This is virtual, erect and enlarged, and this is very important case. This is usually asked in the questions also, because this is different case as compared to the other cases of the concave mirror. So this is all about our 6th case of the concave mirror. In the case of convex mirror, we are having only 2 cases. Here we are having only 2 cases because as we know that in convex mirror, our principal focus as well as center of curvature is on the back side of the mirror. So because we complete the circle like this, so they are on the back side of the mirror. Okay, so here we are having only 2 cases. First case is when the object is at infinity. When our object is at infinity, then a parallel beam of light are incident from on the mirror. When a parallel beam of light from the infinite source, our object is at infinity. These are the parallel beam of light which are falling on this convex mirror. So all these parallel beam of light, they will pass through the focus. Our focus is on the back side of the mirror. So at the back side of the mirror, we have to draw dotted lines. So here, from here, we have to draw a reflected ray like this, and arrow should be here. This is our incident ray and this is our reflected ray. Another parallel incident ray is this. It will also pass through the principal focus. We have to draw dotted lines, and from here at the point of incidence, reflected ray will go like this. This is the reflected ray. Same way, this is again another parallel incident ray. it will also pass through the principal focus, and we have to draw dotted line, and at the point of incidence we have to draw this. At the point of incidence we have to draw this refracted ray like this. We have to extend this. So all this parallel beam of light, they are getting diverged. They are all this parallel beam of light they are diverging from a point which is the principal focus. So this convex mirror is also called a diverging mirror because it diverges. All the parallel beam of light appears to diverge from the principal focus and it diverges the incident rays. So it is also called a diverging mirror. So this is the first case when our object is at infinity. Then a parallel beam of light incident on the convex mirror. They will pass through the focus and they all will diverge. This is all about our first case. The second case of convex mirror, here the object is between infinity and pole of the mirror. Object is between infinity and pole of the mirror. So children, this is again a convex mirror. This is the pole. This is principal focus. This is center of curvature. And our object AB is between infinity and pole of the mirror. This is pole and here is the object. So out of the four cases, we can use any two cases at a time for the image formation. So let us take the first case when an incident ray comes parallel to the principal axis. Then the refracted ray will pass through the focus. And refracted ray we have to draw by dotted lines. And at the point of incidence, it will go like this. This is our refracted ray. This is incident ray. This is the first case. Another ray diagram we can take is when the incident ray passes to the center of curvature, then it will reflect in the same direction. It will go back in the same path. So for this we can use this scale because it's a long line. Here we have to use dotted lines. When the incident ray passes through the I'm not having a big scale, so it's a bit difficult for us, but it should be like this only. So when the incident ray passes through the center of curvature, the reflected ray will also go in the same direction. So this is incident ray and we can put this arrow like this. And these two reflected rays are meeting here. So this will be our image formation. These two reflected rays are meeting here. So here will be our image formation, that will be A dash and B dash. That will be A dash and B dash. So when the object is between infinity and pole of the mirror, then image formation will be between pole and principal focus. Then image formation will be between pole and principal focus. And the image is inverted. It's not inverted. The image is virtual because it is on the back side of the mirror. It is virtual. It is erect. Object is also erect. Image is also erect. So image is erect, virtual, and it is diminished. This image is diminished and it is formed between pole and focus, principal focus of the mirror. So this is the second case of convex mirror. Now we have done, children, 6 cases in concave mirror and 2 cases in convex mirror. This is all about the image formation by spherical mirrors. Thank you for watching. In the next video, we will be having the uses of spherical mirrors, then sign conventions, mirror formula, etc. So thank you for watching.